She calling me daddy. She calling my phone 32 times. Ooh, this hoe's dramatic.
Well, hello, welcome back to another episode of Day in Life with Paul. I'm your host, Paul. If you haven't already subscribed, make sure to, because things are about to get crazy as hell. Today is August 2nd, meaning that I just paid my rent yesterday. Unfortunately, I decided to run some calculations, and oddly enough, today's episode is episode 32, and I've noticed that I have been living inside of my apartment for 32 months. I pay $1,096.61 per month for my studio apartment, which is actually insanely cheap for Los Angeles. But if you do the math correctly, I have sunk $35,091.52 into my apartment. No, I did not say $3,591.52. I said $35,091.52. I could have purchased a brand new Toyota Tacoma with that kind of money. Shit, I could have paid off my truck with that kind of money. Even in some states, I could have put a down payment on a house with that kind of money. I work with some people at my job who has been there 14, 15, 16, and even in some cases 17 years in the job that I work at. And granted, I love these guys, but to be quite frankly honest, most of them are completely broke. Like, most of them don't have a house. Most of them don't even have the money to put a down payment on a house. The older that I get, I realize the goal to buy a house isn't a goal for anybody at all. Is simply a necessity. The only way that I can end up not how the people are at my work, 50 years old pushing 60, is to save money, is to not be broke. And literally the only way that I can save money is to not pay rent. And the only way that I can not pay rent is to live in my truck. And I know if you've been watching this YouTube channel for a while, you would say, Paul, we get it. You can't live inside the truck because the truck is too damn small. But there is one way that I can comfortably live inside my truck long term, but I don't like to talk about it because how expensive it actually is. The way that I can get around that and actually live in the truck is to buy one of those caps. It's like a cap that makes the bed of the truck like a tiny little garage, basically. I was absolutely shook. I was shocked when I first researched of how expensive it would be to buy one of those caps. And to buy one of those caps on a cheap end, to get a cheaper one, is going to be about $1,800. And to say if I wanted to get a full aluminum one, metal one, those ones would run me about $3,500, $3,500. After running those calculations earlier that completely destroyed, broke my heart, of all that money, that $35,091.52 that I literally basically just put in a huge box, an incinerator, and set all that money on fire, that money that I will never ever see or get back in my entire life. I've been more and more considering of buying one of these caps, which would be insanely expensive. And apparently I already took one step closer, because if you look in the back of my truck, It's actually blue. The reason why it's blue is because I'm a little bit creative, man. So goddamn beautiful, I had to use it for the freaking thumbnail. But if you're wondering what this is painter's tape. The blue one's the painter's tape, and then the black one is called Gaffers tape. Painter's tape you can put on and take right off without leaving any like sort of adhesive behind. But if I just covered the whole thing in Gaffers tape, then it would have left like a whole bunch of adhesive after I take the tape off. And if you're thinking, oh no, I messed up the whole door of the trunk, there is blue painter's tape under the Gaffers tape. But ain't that just pretty as hell? I mean, freaking look at it. 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 Check that shit out, boy. Like, granted, yes, it is like nighttime right now. But freaking during the daytime, this shit looks so crazy. It looks absolutely insane. This shit literally took me 2.5 hours to complete. And like I just said, I was gonna put the Gaffers tape on for like the floor, I guess, of my apartment. But I decided not to do that because I thought that was gonna be enough protection for the bottom. So if we pan over and look at here where the Gaffers tape is, the painter's tape is right underneath this, and it's like, man, it's just like I freaking love the texture. So you can see the blue bleeding out underneath the Gaffers tape. Under the lip of the trunk, like how I got it, I literally had to like lay down in the back of the truck and put the tape on upside down and then literally do it like piece by piece by piece. Like I wanted it to be in like one uniformed fashion, but unfortunately I couldn't do that the way that like, it was like pieced together. For all the tape to lay down flat, I had to like do it in like wherever I could put it. Look how straight of a line I made that, man. There's literally no bump or ridge there to make like a perfect line, but I made like that's like completely flat. Like it's just like a flat piece of metal, and I did leave that little tiny bit just in case if like, you know, when they put the cap on, I'm not sure how it's going to sit on there, so I did just leave like a little bit. But like, look how straight I made that line. If you're wondering how much this cost me, this literally cost me exactly $123 worth of tape, and it really wasn't that much tape. This is the fourth roll of the blue tape, and this is all that I bought for the Gaffers tape because I was planning on doing the whole bottom, but I kind of canceled that. But this Gaffers tape costs $40 a roll. I already called and made an appointment, and I timed it perfectly that in the next 6 days, on August 8th, I'm going to go and look at some of the caps to put on top of my truck. I don't really know, like I honestly don't know in my body yet if I am going to buy a cap and shell out $3,500 for a cap. And granted, yes, I don't have that much money right now, but they said that they do financing. So I don't think I ever told you why I did this, but this is basically for the protection of the paint, because say if I step or walk around in here, it would scratch the paint because of the dirt on the bottom of my shoes. And I understand that if there's going to be like people putting the cap on, they might be like walking around on the inside of this. If I do buy the cap, then I'm going to be living in it, and there's no rush. Like I still have a few months for my apartment's lease to be up. So even if I do buy a cap in the next 6 days, it's not like I'm rushing, because like granted, yes, I was like forced to be homeless before, but if I do go through with this will be the first time in my life where I'm actually actively choosing to be homeless for the purpose to save money to buy a house. So yeah, I really do need your guys' help in choosing. Do you guys think that I should keep my apartment and keep on not saving money? Or do you guys think that maybe I should do this risk? Because if you think forward a little bit and say that maybe if I live in my truck for like a year, there's still thousands and thousands and thousands of apartments that I could later on in life get a new apartment. Shit, I could, go back to my same apartment just for the fact to save some money for a little bit. But like right now, I'm just like really confused in my mind. So if you guys could comment below and see how you feel about this decision, that would be really amazing. But I guess I will see you guys next week. Bye.
I tell a nigga don't dick ride, don't blick ride, leave it to the